The maths for fat loss are quite easy. Is that you take less calories than your body needs. At least that's what we have been hearing from our fitness influencers. And it works for them because they have never been insulin resistant. So with that formula that you take less calories than you need, this is how it works. If, for example, you wanted to lose 0.5 kg a week of weight a week, you need to eat 555 calories less than your body needs. So let's say, for example, myself, I normally need 1700 calories to operate in a day. So if I want to lose 0.5, I have to roughly eat 500 calories less, which is 1200. And that works very well. You'll actually lose 0.5 kgs per week if you do that. Now, this is the most shocking bit. If you do that and you're 104 kgs, you do that every week, you lose 0.5 kgs. So every year, so times 52, and then times 4. In the 4th year, you will have lost 104 kgs. So you will weigh 0, and congratulations, you will have dieted yourself out of existence. But it doesn't work that way. The psychological, the physiological laws of the body, they are not as simple as the maths sound, and that they're a bit complex than that. If you talk to people who have tried dieting, they'll tell you that it's like they're stuck in a cycle. So they start dieting, they lose some weight, and then after some point, they plateau. The weight never goes down. They can even be, it may even be tempted to come back. The weight might be even tempted to come back. So what causes all this? It's because there's something called metabolism adaptation. What happens is when you start dieting, your body notices that it's getting less calories, less resources coming in. So the body is very smart. If you only stop doing bad things to it, it's very smart. It starts getting into survival mode, into protective mode. Protective mode means it has to get into surviving, into running with less calories that it's receiving. So it starts shutting down some functions so that it can reduce its metabolism, so that it can survive on less resources that are coming in. So your metabolism goes down. So your ability to burn fat is not as the maths predicted. It now changes because the body has changed its metabolism need. But how long does the body take to start getting into this metabolism adaptation? There is a theory called the set point theory. The set point theory, it was discovered about 10-20 years ago when people started noticing this phenomenon of dieting, is that the body has a weight in which it's comfortable at. It's called the set point weight. It's normally a bit lower than your current weight. But what factors influence this set point? The factors that influence this set points is your genetic one, nothing much we can do about that. But another one is your insulin levels. You see why our problems are all related to insulin. If our insulin levels are high, the set point will be high. And if you've been overweight for a long time, the set point will be high. So as if you can tell, the set point varies from one individual to another. So the faster you reach that set point, the more you get into metabolism adaptation. So it doesn't take, for some people it might take as fast as 2 weeks, while others it can take even 3 months, depending on your body composition. So metabolism adaptation will be reached when you get to this set point. So when I was still giving my story, when I started this journey, and I was doing my calorific deficit was about 700. That was very aggressive. I was consuming 1,000 calories only in one meal. So I got into, like after 2 months, I realized my metabolism is slowing down because I started having these signs of slow metabolism. I could not gesticulate as I speak. I was feeling low energy. Laughing became a problem because I didn't have a lot of energy with me, and because the body has shut down had shut down some function. The skin was dry and all that. And it showed when I did the body composition test, because it showed I had lost fat, because my metabolism was low, I had burnt about 3 kgs of fat, and the other, because I was still working out even with a slow energy. So instead of fat being used, it was another energy being used, which was coming from muscles. So I had lost 3 kgs of fat and 3 kgs of muscles. And we have always said in this channel that when you're losing weight, we should not be losing our muscles. We lose the fat without losing the muscles. So how do we prevent this metabolism adaptation? How do we lower this? We do dieting without going into metabolism adaptation, because dieting is the only thing will help us lose weight. That's for sure. But we need to do it safely. So number one is to increase calories and increase our activities. Okay, it sounds like counterproductive that when you eat more is when you can lose more weight. And this is the explanation. Our metabolism composes of 4 components, but for our simplicity's sake, we'll talk of 3 components. There's something called basal metabolic rate. That is the energy your body uses to keep your body alive, like when you're breathing, your heart pumping, all those functions. When you're not doing any exercise, the energy that is consumed is called BMR, basal metabolic rate. Then there's another one called thermic effect of food. When your food is being digested, your body uses energy to digest food. So you can see, if you increase the amount of food you are eating, that component will go high. The thermic effect of food component will go high, and that means your metabolism will go high. And then the other component is the energy you use when you're doing physical activities, like you're in the gym, you're walking or you're running. All that, it contributes to metabolism. So if you increase, because about the BMR, there's nothing much we can do about it, because the body decides how much energy it needs for breathing. You can't control that one much, or for pumping your heart. But if you increase food, you'll increase the thermic effect of food, so your metabolism will go high. And if you increase the activities, your metabolism will still go high. So if you increase the calories and you increase the amount of activities that you're doing, and that's exactly what I did. I increased my calories, actually took them to 1500. When I noticed this phenomenon was occurring with me, I increased to 1500, but I increased my activities. I used to walk longer and for many days, and I increased my activities in the gym by increasing the reps of what I was doing, increasing weight, and the number of sets. So I increased the activity, and I got very positive results, and I no longer have those signs of slow metabolism. So when you say increase calories, and there was this confusion, someone was saying that some foods do not have calories, others have calories. In my experience, it's only water that does not have calories. It's only water that has 0 calories. All the other foods will have calories. The point is, from which source do you get these calories from? So in our recommendation, we have always said, let your calories come from fat, 70% fat, 25% protein, and only 5% carbs. Okay? And this is the analogy I normally use. If you have a person who needs 1500 calories a day to survive, and they eat 1000 calories, they have created a deficit of 500 calories, because 1500 minus 1000 is 500. But then you have another person who needs 2500 calories to survive, but only eats 2000 calories. He has also created a deficit of 500 calories. Same calorific deficit. But the one who is taking fewer calories of 1000, he will reach his set point faster than the one who is taking 2000 calories. That's how the set point works. So the point here is, you increase your calories, the amount of food you eat, the healthy calories, you increase that, and you increase the activities, so that you can still create the deficit without getting to metabolism adaptation. So the the second way of preventing this metabolism adaptation from occurring is to avoid large calorific deficit. So I give my example of when I first started and I was creating a calorific deficit of 700 calories. Your body soon, with very huge calorific deficit, it soon gets to the set point, and it starts to plateau. Your fat loss starts to plateau, because at that set point your metabolism slows down because of metabolism adaptation. It's normally advised that you should lose about 1% of your body weight per week. The calorific deficit that will create that will burn that fat is about 300 calories. So if your body calorific need per day is 1700, you should do 1400 calories, and that way you will safely practice calorific deficit without getting into metabolism adaptation. So if you are 100 kgs, 1% of that is 1 kg per week. So we shouldn't be losing more than 1 kg per week. If you get losing more than 1 kg per week, you will soon get into metabolism adaptation. My losing of 15 kgs in 3 months was too much drama for nothing. They didn't help me much. It got to metabolism adaptation, and they had to look for means to fix it. But it's good, because in this video we can tell you about such mistakes so that you can learn from such mistakes and correct them before you get started on the journey. That's all we have for now. Continue watching the rest of our videos, and I'll see you in the next production.